ThanksKilling 2 has been destroyed. Only one copy remains, and Turkey will stop at nothing to get it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nimrod Horror Review. And today is the third annual Thanksgiving Day special. And today I'll be looking at the follow-up to my very first Thanksgiving special, which was based on ThanksKilling. This is ThanksKilling 3. Yes, that's right, ThanksKilling 3, not 2. And we'll get to that in just a little bit on why it's Thanksgiving 3 and not 2. So this year, I decided to do something a little bit different than the previous years. Previous years, I had people email to let me know what they're thankful for. You know, just like send me a short like sentence on what you're thankful for this Thanksgiving. This year, I decided to bring it to social media, and I'm hitting up Twitter, which you can find me at Nimrod Horror, and so someone throw out this hashtag, and just write that hashtag, and it's going to just randomly appear on today's episode. So if you see this episode afterwards, of course you can no longer type it, because it's no longer going to be able to type on there. Anyway, let's get into this movie, ThanksKilling 3. Now, ThanksKilling 3 opens up on what is actually the beginning to ThanksKilling 2. It's apparently this space movie where like Turkey goes into space, and he's like teamed up with this guy named Pilot, which is funny because it's like this like pumpkin pie puppet, and it's kind of funny. But that quickly ends. Basically, what happens is that I guess someone deems that ThanksKilling 2 was like the worst movie ever made, and that every single copy had to be destroyed. Like just, burned, just destroyed. Anyway, there is one copy that actually survives. So Turkey is with his family. He has a wife. He has an annoying kid, and like the fact that like ThanksKilling 2 is just no longer existing. He goes crazy. He gets mad. He's frustrated because that's his movie. That's what gave him money, and he was hoping to get more money off it. So he kills his wife, and he takes his son and goes on a church search for the very last copy of ThanksKilling 2. Now, along the way, there's this Mika character who's another puppet who looks like a Jim Henson like Muppets puppet. She lost her mind, like physically, lost her mind. her mind escapes her, and she's actually looking for her mind. So she gets a help with this salesman and his friend and grandma. Now that salesman's friend's grandma is actually a full-size puppet. This film has a lot of puppets in it, so it's quite a bit different from the first film. Anyways, so like the three of them are trying to help Mika some, but then Turkey finds out that she actually has the last copy of ThanksKilling 2, which she got in this dumpster. So that's pretty much like what it is. That's pretty much the main story, is that Turkey is basically gonna kill anybody that gets in his way of like getting ThanksKilling 2. And then you have these other guys who are trying to protect Mika and just trying to save her so that she can find her mind. So it's a very, very basic story. I mean, I don't go into complete details here. It takes too long. But my initial thoughts on this film are kind of different than my thoughts 2 or 3 days later of this film. So I'll kind of give you a little bit of both. I will say this. This film is almost completely different than the first ThanksKilling. The first ThanksKilling is pretty much just like a goofy, over-the-top slasher film. It's kind of a camp film, and you know, it's just over the top, and it's great. And to me, that is a Thanksgiving tradition now that I have to watch it every single year, and I do so far. The third one, or the second one, well, this film is very, very much different. It's not, I guess you can call it a slasher still. It's more of like a comedy adventure horror. And there's all these puppets that look like, you know, like a kid type puppets. Not like puppets like in Puppet Master or featured in traditional horror films whenever they have puppets. These are like puppets that would fit into, you know, a Muppets movie. And initially, I was kind of annoyed with that. I was like, this movie is just kind of totally different. But then I grew to appreciate that fact that, you know what, this writer and director were trying to bring something that's quite a bit different from like anything that you've ever seen from a horror movie, and they really push the like the boundaries between the line of comedy and a horror. Because there were some pretty cool kills in this still. Turkey, once again, has some great lines, great one-liners, and I really like his kid. It's a little bit like a Seed of Chucky-ish, because there's a lot of people who think that film kind of overdoes it, where it's just no longer good. I disagree with that Seed of Chucky view, but this is another film that, like, you could say that's overboard and it kind of kills the movie. That was my initial feeling too. I was like, this is too much. It's way too wacky, and it's kind of losing what the first one was. One of the more kind of odd things about this film is that the film is actually kind of long. Well, it's not like 2 hours long. I think it's like an hour and 40 minutes. And the first one's relatively short. And that can make the film drag a little bit, because there are some scenes that you could totally see it could be cut down some to bring it down to like maybe like an hour and 20 minutes and it may have been a little bit better. It's definitely worth a watch, especially if you like the first one. I'm not saying that you're gonna like this one, because like the first ThanksKilling is for a certain fan base that loves, kind of corny comedy horrors like a Ginger Dead Man and stuff like that. This film, I can't really say that there isn't much of an audience for this one, but one of the shining moments also is that the actual music score is really good. It has some cool music to go along with what you're watching. It's done great. I wish I knew the composer's name right now, but he did a fantastic job on this film. Like I said, it was slightly disappointing still, but I'm willing to watch it again. Will I make it a tradition? Probably not. It's quite a bit of a step down from the first one, unfortunately. I would really love for the next ThanksKilling film to kind of go back to like the first one, or like maybe make that space movie, because I'm open to that space movie. So just gonna wrap it up here, and I will give this film a pretty watchable 5 out of 10 turkeys. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and hopefully see you soon, because in December there's a lot of things coming up.